Let's make a flower bouquet for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up and we are going to make a pretty flower bouquet. I've got a bunch of different 260s. I'm gonna go with sort of a different kind of pinks and rose gold, sort of a color theme, but you can use any colors that you want. I've got my pumper, some scissors, and I've also got this little pretty Mother's Day looking coffee mug, which we might use at the end. And I also have a little foil Happy Mother's Day balloon, which I always love to incorporate these in my bouquets. So we're gonna make a bunch of different kinds of flowers. I'm gonna quickly show you how to make each one, and then we're gonna put it all together at the end, so stay tuned. I'm gonna start off with just a basic 6-petal flower. So I'm gonna take one 260, let a little air out, and we're gonna make 6 loops, assuming we can fit 6 in. If you can only do 5, that's fine. But basically we're just gonna fold our balloon over to make our loops and twist and keep doing that 6 times. Now once you have your first 2 made, I like to do the Dave Bren technique where you twist the balloon first and then you kind of walk the tail around the balloon, okay, and then keep doing that way. So we're gonna twist and then we're gonna walk the remaining balloon around the flower, and that kind of just helps you get your petals. It makes it a little bit easier to twist everything together too. If you're someone who has trouble with wrist or joint pain, that can be a little bit easier on your hands. So we have our pretty 6-petal flower. I'm gonna do kind of a metallic-y rose gold color for the center. I'm not gonna put any bright yellows or anything in here to mess with our aesthetic that we're going for. So just a small little bubble in here. We're gonna double knot both ends together, cut off that tail, you save it for later, and this is gonna go right in the center of our pink flower. This is fuchsia from Sempertex, which is one of my favorite colors. So that's the 6-petal flower. Next, I'm gonna do sort of a blue bonnet, hyacinth sort of shaped flower that's more like a tubular flower, whatever you call those. So I'm gonna blow up a white for this one, and I've left about half of the balloon uninflated. I'm gonna start at the top here with a loop for the top, and then I'm gonna do 3 pinch twists underneath there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have a loop and 3 pinch twists, and then I'm going to do a small, tiny little spacer bubble to get us down to the next row of 3 pinch twists. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to keep repeating these steps all the way down the flower till it's as long as I want it to be. So there's our pretty little white up and down vertical flower. So now we have 2. Now I'm going to do sort of a rose, pretty rose kind of flower. So I'm going to go with the darker pink that I have here. Wildberry, I think, from Qualitex. We're going to go with 3 pinch twists to start this one off. So small round bubble, make that a pinch twist, 2 and 3. I'm gonna come down a little ways, about 2 inches or so, go back up, and then again, we're gonna come down. I'm just gonna crisscross instead of we're doing a roll through here, because I can. So we have like a little rosebud. If you wanna take the rest of your balloon and stretch it out to make it real flexy, then you can kind of wrap this around the top and sort of go back down into the bottom with it. So you have a little wraparound action there. And then you're gonna cut off the excess and hide it up inside of your flower. So there's a pretty little rosebud looking flower. Now I'm gonna take this rose gold metallic balloon and we're gonna do another sort of rose. This is the rose that I taught with my Dia de los Muertos hat. So this is gonna be a 261. So I'm gonna put my finger in there to make a little apple twist, twist that off. We're gonna do a couple of pinch twists here to hold that apple twist in place. Make sure you squeeze these metallic balloons as you're working with them, or else it'll build up too much pressure in your workable area here and make it harder to twist or more likely to pop on you. So if you ever watch my twisting very closely, you'll see that I constantly am squeezing my balloon out before I twist. That just helps you decrease the poppage. Okay, then I'm gonna come down just a little ways here and then back up into my flower. And then same thing, we're gonna do a crisscross 4 bubble body. So we're gonna come over and down the other side with some same size bubbles. Wrap that in. Squeeze. Now I'm gonna do some loops. And I'm gonna bring in a second 260 for this one because we ran out. On the 160s, you can do it all with one balloon. So we're gonna bring in our next 260 here. We're just gonna start from underneath one of these petals. We're gonna walk our balloon around, make a twist. When we get underneath the next petal, walk our balloon around, twist underneath the next petal, walk our balloon around, and twist when we get back to that first petal. So that's what it looks like from above, very pretty. And then you can cut off your excess here. I'm gonna wrap this tail around the flower to secure it. Whoop, so pretty. Okay, so we've got 4 flowers now, plus I'm gonna put in a foil balloon for this little bouquet. So let's go ahead and put these on some stems and we can start putting the whole thing together. So I've got green 260s here. There's a whole bunch of greens on the market now. You can use mint, you can use eucalyptus, lime green. There's like a million choices now, which is amazing. I'm gonna start with my 6-petal flower. We're just gonna get rid of this leftover bit I have at the back. And I want the flowers to face forward as people are looking at them. I don't want to just stick it on here like this and have it just facing up towards the sky. So I'm going to wrap my green around a couple petals. And then on the back of the flower, I'm going to do a small round bubble, another small bubble, and make this one a pinch twist. So that will make a little 90-degree angle and your flower will face forward. And I'm gonna fold my balloon in half, but not exactly in half, because you want your flowers to be staggered so they're not all right at the same height. So I'm gonna do right about here, I'm gonna make a twist, and then I'm gonna do a pinch twist. And now we can wrap this part into this guy because I want this one to face forward because that is where it looks the prettiest. I'm just gonna make a small bubble here and I'm gonna cut off the rest of this and just wrap it right into the bottom of this flower. So now we'll have 2 flowers like this. I'm gonna go ahead and retwist this here, and just to hold it for me for a second, I'm gonna take this mug and just place them in there, so that'll keep our little twist. Isn't that cute already? Oh my gosh, you guys already see where I'm going? All right, next we have these flowers, which are gonna face up because that's how they look the best. So I'm just gonna take a green 260 again, and we're going to inflate. Let some air out so it's not too tight. And for the bottom, to hold these flowers upright, nice and strong, you can do some pinch twists, you can do a couple of loops. I'm gonna go with 3 pinch twists on both ends of this balloon. So 1, 2, 3. If you can find your little nozzle in there, you can use that to hook it around the bottom of the flower. So we've got that on one end. You wanna squeeze your balloon out really good. Okay, and we want to twist off about what we'll need to make 3 more bubbles on the other end here. So I'm going to twist about a 2-inch bubble, and I'm going to twist off 3 bubbles from that and make them pinch twist as well. 1, 2, and the last one, I'll just use the tail to wrap it around. And then we're gonna grab this white flower, and I'm gonna use the tail, it's sticking out right here, and just wrap it around those pinch twists. And then same thing for these two, you kind of want to stagger them, so you don't want the tall one sticking way up above everything else because it's already just kind of straight and tall. So I'm going to put the tall one a little bit low, our more fluffy rosebud, and twist those where I'd like them to go. Okay, now I'm going to take my other set. We've got them twisted here in the middle. I'm going to combine those twists together. And now we've got our little flower arrangement. So now you've got all 4 flowers, and you just kind of want to arrange them. So you want the shortest and the tallest to be front and back. So the shortest will be in the front, the tallest will be in the back, and then your 2 sort of middle heights will be on either side. That'll just give you a nice balanced look for your bouquet. And then I've discovered that 4 260s like this will fit down inside a coffee mug really nicely. So I'm gonna put these back inside our little coffee mug as our gift. Look how cute is that little springtime Mother's Day flower bouquet. Now, I do like to add these little tiny foils as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and inflate this guy. And I just so happen to have a balloon cup and a stick here, so we can place our foil balloon right on top of there. And then we can just slide this stick right down in the center of our 260s. And that'll just kind of stick off out to the side. Look how cute this is. Now, if you don't like the way your balloons are kind of spreading out as they go up, that's fine. If you use a taller coffee mug, that'll kind of help hold everything more in together like this. But what I like to do is to add one more little balloon. This is gonna be a 160, and we're gonna do a bow that's gonna wrap around the bouquet. That way they can take the flowers out of the coffee mug, and it'll still hold its shape together really nicely, and they can use it as decor around their house or whatever they want to do with it. So I'm going to make a loop with our nozzle there, another loop the same size. We're going to do a nice fat pinch twist right in the middle of those loops. So there's our little bow shape. And then for the tails coming down, I'm going to come down about 2 inches. I'm going to do poodle legs, so 2 round bubbles, and then another 2-inch bubble to match, to go back up into the bow. Okay, go ahead and fluff out your loops a little bit so you have a little bit nicer bow shape. Isn't that a pretty bow? I love these. And now you can place that bow right in the front and take the remaining tail, wrap it around your bouquet, and just secure it back into that bow. Once you get back there, I usually wrap the tail around that pinch twist in the middle of the bow. And then just look at your bouquet, move things around, get everything aligned and centered up where you want it to be, so all your flowers and everything is showing and facing forward, aligned with your bow and your coffee mug. So this looks like a really nice flower bouquet, but it also has a gift with it that they can keep forever and remember this special Mother's Day gift from you from this year. I'm a mom, and I can tell you I would love to get something like this, so I know it's a winner. So I hope you guys liked this week's little tutorial. I know it was kind of fast and furious with all the different things, but I do have individual tutorials available for some of these things, like this flower here, and I think I do have a bluebonnet tutorial from way back when, teach you the basics if you need some more in-depth instruction on any one of these individual flowers. I also go more into depth on more advanced stuff like this inside of the Twister Hood. It's a membership specifically for balloon artists. We have members only tutorials in there, like stuff like this, along with a whole host of other cool animals and advanced things, plus any kind of resource you could possibly need to run or start your balloon twisting business. It's all designed to make your life easier and more convenient and fast to do all the business marketing stuff so that you can focus on working on balloons, taking bookings, doing those bookings, and making money. So if you'd be interested in having me as your little balloon business assistant doing all the hard design marketing stuff for you, then definitely check out the Twister Hood. It's a great wealth of resources for balloon twisters. I would love to see what flower bouquets you guys are making this week. Mother's Day is a fantastic time to get a lot of bookings for stuff like this, so it can be just a little door drop off or delivery. Great time for candy cups as well, but if you can market something like this and get it out there in time for Mother's Day, you can get a lot of extra sales to boost your income this month. So don't sleep on this opportunity. Share what you're doing this week in our Facebook group. I'd love to see your flower bouquets, what colors you come up with, and different kinds of flowers you make. You can share your photos over there in our free Facebook group. I'll be hanging out over there all week, seeing what you guys post until next week when I see you back again for another balloon twisting tutorial. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.